We wanted to let you know we are going to visit with Mike Vecchione, a former Philadelphia Flyer who the Blues just signed with a two-way contract. Mike has had success at every level of hockey, and I want you to hear what he thinks. Before we do that, I'm going to give you just a quick, I know we're in Ohio right now, we being the Cardinals, and they're playing. I wanted to let you know the Reds have a program to support their community fund called Split the Pot. And I'm not going to read you all the details of it, but basically what they do is they have a raffle every day, every game, and one lucky fan wins 50% of the net proceeds from the nightly raffle. The remainder of the proceeds from each raffle are used to benefit the numerous baseball and softball-themed outreach initiatives from the Reds Community Fund. So there's a team, the Cardinals are there right now, that once again is giving back to the community. And we always like to talk and certainly open the show with some positive stories. Now remember, Mike Vecchione, remember you heard that name on this program first. He recently signed a one-year contract with the Blues. Mike is coming over from the Philadelphia Flyers system, who he's been with for the past 3 seasons. He spent the past 2 seasons with the Flyers' AHL affiliate, the Lehigh Valley Phantoms, where he's posted, get this, 78 points in 132 games. This is not a lower level of hockey. We're talking about the AHL.
Okay, well, Z, as you know, I follow a lot of the Eastern Conference teams, and as such, I've watched quite a few of the Phantoms games over the past couple of years. And I have to say, I really believe that Mike is the quintessential Berube-type player. I mean, he's defensively responsible, has a high offensive upside, and he plays with a very competitive edge. And he's been a great teammate and leader at every level he's played, and I really look forward to seeing him in the Blue Note. All right, let's say welcome to On the Line to Mike Vecchione. Mike, how are you?
I'm good. How you doing, fellas?
We're good, doing thanks, great, man. And really appreciate your coming on the line today.
I'm happy to be here.
Oh, well, great. Wait till you listen to that program, Mike. You may not feel that way. Tell me, how did your joining the Blues come about?
It was kind of crazy. You know, I watched the Stanley Cup final, being from Boston. That's kind of when I started, really watching the Blues. And, when I came into free agency, I didn't really expect that, the St. Louis Blues, the Stanley Cup champions, were going to, come calling and asking to sign me. So it was kind of like a shock. And, I was pretty excited for the opportunity. They obviously have a winning organization over there. Berube's been, great in rebuilding that team the second half of the year. And, I'm just excited. Like I said, I didn't expect the call, but when it came down to it, I felt like it was the best fit.
Yeah, it really is. What NHL player, for fans who haven't seen you play yet, have you seen that plays the same type of game that you excel in?
I'm a littler guy, so I watch guys like Tyler Johnson in Tampa Bay. His motor's never ending. He's always, relentless on the puck, and he's not the biggest guy, but he gets to the dirty areas. He gets to the net and just scores goals, and he's quick. So I've had people ask me that all the time, like, who do you kind of resemble? And I feel that's the closest guy I could think of, and he's a tremendous hockey player, and I just try and kind of follow his lead for a smaller guy.
Great. And one other thing I want to ask you about, and then I'm going to turn you over to Mark for a second. But family, everything I read about you talks about how important your family is to you. In fact, your father was your coach for a while. Talk, if you would, about what a strong family has done for you.
I'm the youngest. I got an older brother and an older sister. And, my dad coached me from, when I could first start skating along with my mother. She was there right with him. But, he was the guy who was always behind the bench yelling, screaming. And then my mother was, the good cop trying to, make sure that everything was all right. But
she didn't want your feelings to get hurt.
I mean, she wasn't too worried about that. She knew if I had a good game or a bad game, but she also knew that my dad was always hard on me for a reason, and he was trying to get the best out of me. I wouldn't be in the position I am without him. So, you know, my older brother played hockey up and through high school, so I was always battling against him. You know, whether it was mini hockey in the downstairs basement or street hockey in the backyard, we were killing each other back and forth. And, you know, he just made me a stronger player just by being bigger and older and, you know, just never, like, taking it easy on me. So, you know, I was just fortunate enough to have a hockey family that at all aspects would, like, push me to be the best I could be. And, you know, I was just very fortunate for that.
Well, let me tell you this, Mike. I grew up playing hockey with my brothers in the basement, but by golly, I never made it to the NHL. So your brothers must have been better than mine. That's what I'm going to say.
Oh, yeah, it was pretty tough on me. So it was a couple of crazy battles, a couple stitches and cuts across the
there
face.
You go.
It was crazy.
There you go. My brothers were too easy. That's why I never made the NHL. That and the fact that I'm 50 pounds overweight, but we'll leave that go. Mark,
that's all right.
Go ahead.
Okay, Mike, are you ready for some Q&A?
All right, sounds good.
All right, okay. Now, there's no really wrong answer, but I do have a bell.
Okay.
Okay. Clam chowder or Philly cheesesteak?
Oh, New England's clam chowder.
There you go. Bobby Clark or Bobby Orr?
Oh, man, Bobby Orr.
Oh, okay.
That's the right answer.
Well, you know, I'm a Clark guy, but that's okay. There's no wrong answers here. The Doors or the Beatles?
Ooh, that's a tough one. I think I have to go with the Beatles.
Okay. Okay, the number 8, Neely or Yaz?
Ooh. Cam Neely.
Okay.
Definitely.
Okay. Chinese or Mexican food?
Oh, man. Does sushi count as Chinese, or is that, like, Japanese?
Well, that's Japanese, but we can kind of, say, how about Asian?
All right. I think I do more Mexican.
Okay.
But I'm a big sushi guy, too, so it's kind of controversial, but I'd go Mexican.
Okay.
I love sushi if it's cooked.
Always some. I love all of them.
Okay. Mohawk or man bun?
Oh, I'm going Mohawk. I don't understand the whole man bun thing.
Thank you.
That's crazy to me.
That's a totally right answer, by the way. That is a correct answer on answers that there are no correct answers. Okay, perfect. Okay, Brady or Manning?
Oh, that's easy, Brady.
Yeah, well,
Kidding me?
Well, my wife, she went to UK. I mean, UT, so.
Tennessee, yeah.
So she had to fill that one in. Okay, Clemens or Pedro Martinez?
Pedro, all day, dude.
There we go. Okay. That was another right answer, by the way. Yankees or Cardinals?
Cardinals.
Yes.
I can't do anything New York.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, you're asking a Boston guy that question. And he's coming to St. Louis. That was a no-choice answer.
Yeah,
there.
well, I was trying to see if I could trip him up. Okay. Gryffindor or Slytherin?
Oh, Gryffindor.
Okay.
I went to, quick story, I went to Orlando's whole Harry Potter world. I ended up coming out with a Gryffindor robe.
Oh, really?
I had to buy it.
Oh, man. I want to go to that so badly. I mean,
I didn't get the wand because they were like $200 a piece, but I came out with a robe. It's comfy.
Oh, wow. Well, I won't tell you. I've got a Slytherin hat. I bought it because it was green and it went with my coat. So and it was on sale.
There were no good reasons, just cited why he bought that. It's a crazy hat, but
yeah. So you got to change it up once in a while. Okay, Samuel Adams or Budweiser?
I'm usually a Bud Light guy, so if that goes under the Budweiser category, then I'd go Bud.
Okay,
you're going to find, Mike, this is a Budweiser town.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you're going to find, though...
The birth of it.
Yeah, that's right. But playing with the Blues, it's also a Schlafly town. He's part owner, so that's a good answer, too.
Perfect.
Okay.
Could be in trouble down there.
What's that?
I said I could be in trouble down there, Budweiser.
Yeah, exactly.
You score goals, you're out of trouble, man.
Perfect.
Yeah, you can drink whatever you want, you know. Okay, Dennis Leary or Kevin Bacon?
Dennis Leary.
Okay, all right. Now, and then I've got just a couple questions. Favorite food?
Favorite food? I've always been a huge pizza guy. Love pizza.
Okay. Well, St. Louis is a good pizza town. I don't know if you've ever had St. Louis pizza. It's a thin crust.
Oh, I'll try it out for sure.
Yeah,
I'll tell you what, when you come to town, I'll take you to Uncle Leo's Pizza. Best pizza this side of the Mississippi.
Love to hear it. We'll take a look.
All right. Okay. And your favorite movie?
Oh, it's a toss-up between Happy Gilmore and Billy Madison, two of my all-time favorites.
Oh, yeah. There you go. Okay.
Huge Adam Sandler guy. I used to imitate him all the time.
Yeah, well, you can't go wrong with Adam Sandler, you know. So, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, the old stuff is just priceless.
Yeah.
I can't get enough of it.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. And, okay, your all-time favorite Red Sox player?
Gotta be Big Papi.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
King of the city.
Yeah, okay. Well, that's another, you can't go wrong with that answer, too. Okay, and how about your favorite off-season pastime?
My off-season pastime? I have to say baseball. I just, love getting away from the rink, and, hockey's just, always go, 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 and, you're going 100 miles an hour, taking a couple shifts off, but I played baseball up until I was 20, and then I played in, softball leagues just to, put the bag away for a bit and just sit out in the field, some, ground balls at short and hit a couple home runs is, so relaxing and fun, and just to get away from hockey is nice for a change. And
let me tell you, Mike, one of my bucket list things is to see a game in Fenway Park. I would love to do that someday.
Oh, it's absolutely beautiful. You might need a little cushion though if you're in the bleachers because those seats are 100 years old, but we'll do.
Still the old wood seats, right? The old benches. Yeah, yeah. That's the best way to watch a game, though. Keeps you right there.
If you're going to go for the experience, you're going to go in the bleachers and sit in those old wooden seats.
Oh, absolutely.
All right, that's what I'll do.
Okay, and then I was going to ask a couple questions, if you got a minute. Now, these are just basically about your most memorable hockey moments, and this can be anything from a coach's speech or a game-winning goal, anything that really stands out to you. In being, I got to say that follower of certain team that you were a part of, I've watched some of your college stuff and your Phantom stuff. So anyway. How about your most memorable Union College moment?
Besides winning the national championship, because that's just obvious.
Yeah.
It'd have to be my senior year. We're in playoffs in game 2, best of 3, and I go on a breakaway in overtime. I get pulled down. I go into the goalie. My buddy scores a goal. They call it back because I got tripped and slid into the goalie, so they call it goalie interference. But there was a penalty before, so I ended up getting a penalty shot in overtime. And I go down, fake shot, backhand, forehand, score, win it in overtime to send us to the tournament in Lake Placid. And, I slid across the neutral zone. Everybody up from team is, flying out of the bench, tackling me, and the place was going absolutely bananas. So it was the most crazy hockey moment I've been a part of, and
that's
I can
great moment.
hear the cowbells in my head right now. I'm getting chills thinking about it. It was absolutely incredible, and it was my last game on that ice surface at home, so it was incredibly memorable.
It's incredible just hearing about it.
Yeah, and I have seen that goal. That is a beautiful goal. That little fake, and then that's almost scripted. Wow, yeah, that's something.
That's exactly what our coach said. Just the season I was having, and to end my senior year at Messer Rink that way is pretty special. So
wow,
I'll always look back on that and say that was one of the coolest moments, especially in not just hockey, in my entire life. That was an unbelievable time.
Wow. Yeah, that is an incredible moment. Okay, how about your most memorable Phantoms moment?
Most memorable Phantoms moment? There's a good amount. The 5 overtime game we had against Charlotte. We're playing in the Atlantic Finals down in Charlotte. We're up 2-1, trying to make it 3-1. And it was just like absolutely crazy. We couldn't score, they couldn't score. We went into like double, triple, quadruple overtime, and then like next thing you know, we broke the record for longest AHL game or any pro game ever. And finally, like, we ended up not in one, like halfway through the 5th overtime, something crazy like that. And I was like, this is just the craziest moment. Like, we all just like ran out on the ice and didn't even like celebrate that hard because we were so exhausted. But
I bet.
We went up 3-1 and then ended up beating them the next night or the day after to go to the Eastern Conference Final. But man, I'll tell you, people ask me about that game and I just say never again, because 8 periods is absolutely the most exhausting game of my entire life.
Well, and let me ask you that just briefly. I mean, how do you get in this? What do you do when you go in the locker room? Do you just like lay down? I mean, I can't imagine how exhausting that is.
Yeah, so we played like 2.5 games just that night. So like we go into overtime, we have like bananas, Gatorade, like all the essentials you need. You know, our trainer's coming in with stuff like fruits, whatever.
Wow.
And then like the next period, we do the same thing, and then it's like, all right, we're kind of running short on stuff, and then like it's basically anything you can get your hands on. Like they're bringing in like Coca-Cola, like snacks from the vending machine. We're just trying to get anything we can possibly get. My aunt was there. She had brownies for me. She had to leave.
Oh, man.
We started eating brownies in the locker room because we started running out of food. Any sort of sugar to like get some energy was fine, and it was so funny. Like guys just eating brownies, and you know you'd think it would be like up like very tense in there too, but everybody's just like laid back, enjoying the moment.
Oh yeah,
just, like kind of staying like not just staying loose, and then just on the ice was kind of hilarious if you were to watch the game. Like guys couldn't even move, barely shoot the puck. It was in Charlotte. The ice was just crap. It was so hot out.
Oh yeah.
See, that's when I'd have retired from the game. When they ran out of food, I'd have been gone after the 3rd overtime.
Oh man, yeah. So that was very strenuous on the body, and then I don't think we got out of it till like 2:00 in the morning.
Oh,
got to sleep in the next day, and like everybody was just trying to get food in them. I know me and a couple guys went to Five Guys and just got a huge burger, trying to like get some calories back because we were all just depleted. But fortunate enough, we were able to end the next night and have a couple cold ones and just relax for 2-3 days.
Man, that's unbelievable. Well, I appreciate it, Mike, and I'm going to turn you back over to the Z-Man here. And I want to give a shout out to your mom. I really appreciate her setting this up. You know, and her and I were going to have to find a new Blues fan page, you know, to be a part of. So yeah, I'll definitely try to find one that we can, you know, join together. So
yeah, you guys can set it up. You guys have done a great job so far.
Absolutely. Okay. Yeah. Well, definitely. And I'm turning you. Thanks a lot for coming on. And I'm turning you over to the Z-Man.
Mike, a couple more, and I promise you, we'll let you go. You have a reputation of being a very good face-off man. How much work does that take?
It does take a lot of work. You know, there's a lot to do with strategy and just like tenaciousness in the circle. So, you know, for a smaller guy like myself, I just kind of get low and use my low center of gravity to just rip the puck back. But it all depends on what guy you're going against too. You got to watch film on them. If there's a certain, you know, lefty or righty, if they're doing something that's beating you. So it's just a lot to take in. Like I said, a lot of hours just trying to watch videos, see what their, you know, tendencies are, and, you know, just on yourself, working on timing, working on stick work, footwork, all that sort of stuff. So it's a huge part of the game. It's all puck possession. You know, if you're losing draws all night, you're chasing the puck and you're just tying yourself out. So, you know, I take a lot of pride in that. I always have, and you know, it's been one of my stronger suits. So I'm just going to keep working at it, and hopefully it's, you know, a niche of mine that I can, you know, set me in a lineup somewhere.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, the other thing that can bring you up pretty quick, how are you on the power play? What's your strength, would you say?
So I've always usually work in the half wall. So there's usually a D up top and then 2 forwards on the sides and then the guy in the middle, the guy out front. I'm usually on my strong side, right side, and, you know, I'm a threat to shoot or make a seam pass somewhere. So, you know, I'm usually on that side, and, you know, I usually try and get the puck and see if, like, that D's coming out to me, trying to front the shot. I'll probably move it down low or move it to the middle to, like, other guys around the net. Or if he's going to sit back and take away a pass, then, you know, I'm able to try and rip it around him. So,
good.
Kind of like a dual threat kind of guy if I'm on that side.
Well, that's all right to be.
Pretty decent spot for me, and I'm comfortable there.
All right, a couple of the general questions, then I promise I'll let you go. Who was your favorite player growing up?
It was Patrice Bergeron, and he's obviously still going and having a tremendous career. He was pretty young when he first came into the league, and, you know, I've kind of, like, been a huge Bruins fan my whole life and watched a ton of games, and just the way he plays, you know, just responsible two-way player, but has that offensive ability. He can kill penalties. He's on the power play. He's a face-off guy. He just plays the game the right way, and I've always tried to model myself around what he does and how he, like, just, you know, he's just a presence out there, and, you know, he's fun to watch, kind of like a Ryan O'Reilly, you know, how he just, like, can do, you know, everything you need him to do. So, like, you know, those kind of guys, those all-around players are who I really like to watch, like Jonathan Toews as well, like, you know, all those guys. So, but Bergeron was definitely my favorite, just, you know, being a Boston guy and, you know, getting to watch him all the time. He's really a tremendous player.
No doubt, he's one of the best there is.
Well, about a month ago, you couldn't have said anything in St. Louis nice about Bergeron, but boy, you had a lot of respect for him.
Yeah, I know. I mean, him and Ryan O'Reilly are, like, 2 of the top players, centers in the league. So to watch them go at it for 7 games was just an incredible show. So,
well, you may be going at it with O'Reilly in the preseason.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably pretty sweet. Hopefully, I can get a couple points from him, see what works, and you know, just kind of hear him out, be a sponge, and absorb as much as I can.
Absolutely. We're talking to Mike Vecchione. One more question, Mike. Who is the best goalie you've ever seen?
The best goalie? Oh, man.
It could be on TV or in person. Doesn't matter.
I don't know. I mean, every goalie is so good now. I think, like, Carey Price. Just, that guy is crazy good.
Yeah,
I feel like
pick.
he's never out of, like, a play. You know, you think you have an open net, and next thing you know, he's, like, kicking a leg over or, like, throwing a glove behind his back and stopping an open net. I mean, every goalie now is just so big and so good. Like, it's hard to pick one, but watching, you know, Bruins Montreal all the time, it just seems like he's a catalyst out there, and that'd be a tough goal to score on.
Very good. We have been talking with Mike Vecchione, just signed a 2-way contract with the St. Louis Blues. Mike, we wish you nothing but the best.
Thanks a lot, Big Z.
You bet, and thank
Appreciate you having me. And
it's my pleasure. I hope we get to do it again, and I hope when I talk to you, you're wearing a blue note on your chest.
All right, Z, man. I'll try my best, and I appreciate everything here. Thank you, guys.
No problem. Thanks so much.
Take care, Mike.
All right, We're a little bit late for break, but I'll tell you what. This guy is going to be a St. Louis Blue next year, maybe on the big team roster. Maybe he'll start in the AHL, but I have a feeling before it's all said and done, he'll have a blue note on his chest. If you want to give us a call, 314-880-0808. You are on the line with the Z-Man on 920 WGNU.